What is up, guys? Back in the garage again with the 22 build series. It's all tore apart from the camera install that I just did. That is going to be a different video, so be sure you're subscribed so you can see the dash camera as well. Today what we're doing is we are installing a Thermo-Bob. Now this is not going to be a how-to video. This is going to be more of a I'm working in the garage and I'm bringing you guys along with me on this video. We're gonna dig into it. I'll show you the parts and then I'll show you me taking apart the bike. Even more than it already is because it's tore down right now. Alright, so we have our Thermo-Bob with the new thermostat, the housing, the new gasket for the back side of this, the piece of hose, our hose clamps, new bolts, the bypass tube, and our temperature sensor, or tells the time, temperature, and the hardware. So here is Thermo-Bob engine temperature control. Wattmans. The reason why I'm doing this is because I beat on this bike. I am not nice to this bike at all, so the more I can make everything a little bit better for the bike, hopefully this will make it last longer, because like I said, I beat on it. And like always, I get majority of my parts, actually most of my parts, pretty much all of my parts, from 3D Cycle Parts. Always definitely links down in the description for him, and let's get back to the bike. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this coolant draining. So there's a little, no, that's the wrong way. There we go. I already got the radiator cap open, so this thing should drain out pretty good. And hopefully it doesn't fill up my tub, because I don't know how much is in there. I'm going to come back and hit these with the torque wrench later just to make sure that they are the right torque specs. Just trying to figure out my wire management. Trying to think ahead a little bit on how I'm going to run that. Go ahead and pop this off. The old twisteroo. There we go. I'll go around and pop the other side off real quick. One thing that is interesting is you can slide this piece off. You don't have to cut it. You just gotta break the little bit of a seal on one side. It's a little bit of a pain, but it's coming off. Probably would have been easier to go the other way. Yeah, I'll try to figure out how to get that back on. Alrighty, we have the lower hose here. This is the radiator side, and this is the water pump side. So I just wanted to show you guys real quick on cutting this thing to fit the outlet for the little hose that wraps around to the Thermo-Bob itself. What you're going to want to do is you're going to go 3/4 of an inch from this bend. Now you can be off a few here this way or that way, but basically you want it 3/4 of an inch from the bend, right about there. I know this is black on black and you're not going to be able to see it, but I can see it, so I got to mark it 3/4 of an inch. And then you're gonna cut out basically 3/8 of 5/8 of an inch, but you have your mark here, and you have another mark here where you want these two to go. Now, what you can do is kind of make a line straight across, straight as possible. That line's not very straight, but you can use those as alignment marks so you can get your alignment back proper. So when you cut out your section, you can see if you line those up with this, you'll be perfectly fine. Alrighty, and there we have it. Let me zoom out a little. So I went ahead and put everything together. I lined everything up. So hopefully this is correct. I did tighten these up, but the way I have the clamps positioned, I should be able to reach them from the outside of the bike and adjust as needed. Alright, well, I'm going to fish this back through the other side and check my fitment of everything. Okay, let's pop this on. Alright, let's see how I did. Oh, look at that, line's right up. And then here's our new line. Alright, well, I went ahead and sprayed everything with Rinse and Ride non-strip formula. I don't know, I bought this at Cycle Gear. I figured it'd be good for like cleaning up the coolant and stuff, and just getting things cleaned under here because I have never cleaned any of this stuff. So I figured I'd just give that stuff a shot and see how it works. Alright, time to do some wire management of this mess of wires that I have running everywhere. I got the tachometer here, dash camera, heated grips are running through here because I have them plugged into the fuse panel. I'm just trying to make this as clean as possible. Gonna see how I have to run this thing. Probably just follow this main harness up. Alright, well, now for the fun part, is drilling holes in my nice plastic. So I'm just going to make a couple of center punch lines with a pick because I don't have a punch, but this will do. Alright, so we're going to start all of our holes with a 1/16 drill bit. And excuse me if my head's in the way, but it's kind of important to get this one right. And we're going to step that up to 11/64. And I'm being super careful not to go too far in with the drill. That way it doesn't hit any wires on the other side. And now we need a half. Time for the big one. Time to do some sketchy stuff. And the half is for the connector to pass through, so. Oh, this one's nerve-wracking. Now we gotta cut a slit from here to here. Let's see if I can get away with doing it with these cutters, but I doubt it. Hey, there we go. Not too shabby. Try to clean that up a little bit. Not the prettiest, but it'll work. You're gonna see it anyways. Alright, so we got our connector through the 1/2-inch hole. I'm gonna try reaching under here and pushing this wire through that slit that we just made. Alright, now I gotta get those nuts on the back side, which is kind of annoying. And I think it's an odd size, like a 7mm or something. There's 2. Alright, now I just gotta tighten them. Looks like a number 4 Allen wrench. Alright, let's plug it in and see what happens. 56 degrees. Inside the engine? That doesn't seem right. There we go, that's a little better. I was gonna say, I know it's not cold. I wish it was 56, that'd be nice. You know, sunny South Florida is. Alright, well, time to grab the old zip ties and do some wire management. Alright, we got everything installed. Now I gotta flush out the coolant system because I'm going to change over the coolant and I'm going to run engine ice just to help keep everything nice and cool. So every bike I have, I run this in it. I just drain the coolant and just run straight engine ice. So love this stuff. All right, we got her all topped off with coolant. The cap is still off, so I can add more if need be. It's a little bit of a pain to get down here, but with my little custom funnel I have, not a problem. Let the fuel pump prime for a couple of times. Alrighty, got her all wrapped up, put back together. All I gotta do now is put the seat back on and the plastic skid plate. I'll do that later because I got one more project to work on and I'm gonna have to remove the seat and that whole back piece. So I still gotta put this side cover back on, but I'm leaving that off for now because I don't know what it entails on installing this next piece. So, like always, I'm Full Throttle Junkie. I don't know why I'm doing an outro, because I'm not doing an outro yet.